Hello, everyone, and welcome to Saturday Morning Comics, the only show that thinks the John Romita Jr. cover is just miscolored. As always, I'm joined by my co-host Fanboy
Hello.
and Spawn.
Hello.
Today we're going to be talking about maybe comics. Fanboy, what'd you read this week?
Well, it's a big week, for Ultimate Universe. It just ended in air quotes, and eh, it's not as bad as Ultimatum, like that guy on Twitter is making it out to be, but it's also not as good. Like, I just wish it was planned better. Like at the end, Wolverine just appeared out of nowhere and just there. I was like, oh yeah, he's supposed to be here. Wolverine. Everybody loves that book, Ultimate Wolverine. Shout out to Ultimate Wolverine. And they brought back, I guess spoilers, but they brought back Spider-Man. Yay!
Fucking knew it. I want to say I called it. I saw that on Twitter and I was like, I called it.
It's okay. It's a fine issue 5 series, but it could have been better. I love Dennis Camp. Like, he could have done better. And another shout out to Ultimate Universe Final. Like each team, did little, short stories in his one book. Hickman did Ultimate Spider-Man, which I thought it's fine. I just hate like Peach Marco and Hassa and Ultimate X-Men. Like, I feel like she has more to tell with those characters. Like, come on, Marvel, continue the Ultimate X-Men and the Ultimate Universe.
Did she get 24 or was it only 12?
It's 24. Ultimate Black Panther had 24, I believe, and Ultimate's had 24.
But like Hawkeye was a one-shot, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
That was a good one-shot. And yeah, goodbye, Ultimate Universe, for now. Until Midnight Sun fails hard, which 50-50, I feel like it's gonna bomb.
I don't know if we talked about this last episode, but I don't know if you guys knew this, but Marvel has canceled the releases of all their books on the day that the Midnight stuff is supposed to come out. So the only books that come out that week for Marvel are the 3 Midnight books.
Really?
Yep.
So no regular Spider-Man, no regular Hulk, just Midnight Spider-Man.
Yep. The only 3 books Marvel's putting out October 6th, I think it is, are going to be the Midnight books.
That's either really smart or really dumb. And I
I'm leaning
feel it's
towards really
It's
dumb.
really fucking stupid. It's not smart. It's fucking stupid. I get it. You know what? I'm ranting about this. This is a rant episode.
Every episode's a rant.
You're Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
You're Marvel. Okay, sure. You wanna drop your big new series on a day. You want those to be the 3 big books. Sure. But why in the bloody fuck are you saying no other titles should be released that day? That is bullshit to your fans that are reading every other series who are probably going to pick up Midnight Suns regardless, and it's bullshit and stupid to your writers and the artists that are working on other series. It's disrespectful as fucking shit.
I don't know what I feel about the Midnight books. Like, one thing, like the guy who's writing Infernal Hulk is doing the Spider-Man one. I'm like, that sounds, yeah, Johnson. I was like, maybe, but it's like, it's gonna be 12 issues, maybe. And
yeah, they're guaranteed 12 for every series.
yeah, it's like, what's the point of canceling the Ultimate line if these universe gonna be 12? Like, it's stupid. God, I hate Marvel.
Well, they want to ideally write more than 12, but Marvel has only guaranteed 12.
It's gonna be 12. It's Marvel. Like, my standards are very low. Like I want to be proven wrong. Like, I do.
Don't worry though, Black Cat's still holding strong somehow.
No,
and nominated for an Eisner.
Gooners are
It's
fine.
okay book. I will say that.
Gooners are fine.
It's an okay book. Not the best, but not the worst from Marvel. Anyway, another Ultimate book, Ultimate Impact Reborn. I wish it was focused more on the new heroes they're setting up, like the Wonder Man character. But this
Yeah.
book's just mostly just Punisher versus the Hulk type character, where these like two kids got these bracelets and they fuse together and they make two together. They're like Hulk, like a Hulk monster, which is kind of cool, but nothing much to say. But speaking of Hulk, Infernal Hulk, peak, got it. Every issue just slaps. Like, God, you have to read Johnson's Run on Hulk. Like, if you're not, what are you doing with your life? Anyway, X-Men, okay. Quinn is so annoying. The only
Fuck when.
the only DC book I picked up is Swamp Thing. I think this may be the weakest Black Label book I read so far from DC, which kind of sucks, but one more issue to go. Hooray.
For Swamp Thing, you said?
Yeah, Swamp Thing to 89.
Yeah.
And look, the only good thing I like about this book, like it feels like an old comic, and the back, like it's a print of like some movie, like in this issue, it's a Bill and Ted Excellent Adventure. Love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's like the only positive thing I will say about that book. Oh, Constantine's in it, so that's another positive. We love Constantine.
We will
Two more.
Constantine is in another book that we're going to be talking about later.
Another book, Starfleet Academy. Okay, like it's still hard with the art. Like all the characters, like I don't know who's talking because all the characters are in the same suits. That's my only problem with this book. And last but not least, 51. And I love this indie title. In this issue, they have to chase down with the guy who got superpowers, and it's a fun book. I feel like you should read it at least once. Like, just read the first two issues. And if you love Ghostbusters or Man in Black, I highly recommend this book. That's all I read. What about you, Spawn?
So I haven't read a lot. It's just been a bit of a crazy week for me, due to some stuff going on in my personal life, and then my birthday is tomorrow, so it's just like kind of haven't had the time. But I read Superman 39 because that's my most anticipated book of the week, and I have to say I'm really liking it. I know that there's a lot of people, specifically soy boys on Twitter, that are just like complaining about it, but I think it's funny. I really like the direction that Williamson is going with Superboy Prime, and I really like this issue. I think it acknowledges a lot of comic book metas to the point of subtly calling out Tom King in the way that he does 9-page
Nine
nine panel stuff, which is, I took it as a funny thing. I know people on specifically Twitter are taking it as oh my god, they're making fun of Tom King. It's like, guys, relax. You don't have to like everybody you work with it. It's just harmless fun. So yeah, that's really it that I've read. Again, it's been really crazy for me this week. So I will have a lot more to say next week, I promise. Anthony, what did you read?
I read Doom Quest issue 2.
Oh, how's the Titanic going?
He's at the end. He finally makes it off the Titanic. We learned that he is in a loop rather than a singular thing.
Okay, fun.
So the first thing he does is save the Titanic, and then he gets to shore, and they're like, "What do you have to say?" Like, they're reporters, and he's like, "This could only be done with the brave strength that my country gave me," and then shouts out the country, Latveria, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Latveria.
Yeah, he's like, "And I think you guys all should support Latveria in these trying times," and they all laugh at him. And so that resets. and then he tries a few different methods. At one point he shoots a bunch of people when they start making fun of him again. Finally he learned that the way to achieve going to the next stage is he needs to be guaranteed support for Latveria. And the way he did that was by taking the boat hostage and demanding stuff get sent there. And once it was officially sent there, he could move on to his next destination in time, which, just a little bit of a refresher how his machine works. He doesn't go back in time as Doctor Doom. He gets put in a random person's body. This next event, do you guys want me to tell you where he's at?
Wait, can I
Yeah.
guess before? I'm gonna guess he's Lee Harvey Oswald in the JFK assassination.
He is in America
no.
though. He
Oh,
is George
no.
Washington in the Revolutionary War.
Interesting.
The last panel is literally like him in a tent, and it's just him and his because he still perceives himself in the armor, so it's just him surrounded by soldiers, and it's just, what should we do next, Mr. Washington or General Washington? Just Doom standing there. It's pretty
Yes.
great, and the cover for the next issue is Doom as George Washington in the Crossing the Delaware painting.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I
I
think-
need to pick up that book.
Yeah, I mean, I am no fan of Doom slop, as I referred to it, but this is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. And then I also read Justice League Unlimited issue 20. Very, very good. This is kind of all over the place, but that's just how Justice League Unlimited books have been going.
Okay.
Their Bizarro issue 2 finally released after the first issue coming out April 1st.
I forgot that
Kevin-
book existed.
Yeah, Kevin Smith finally found the time to write a second issue. It's pretty good. It's definitely got some Kevin Smith humor in it. So if you didn't read issue 1 of the Bizarro series, Bizarro takes Jimmy Olsen and Perry White, and what's that?
No, I'm sorry.
Into his world, and now Olsen is the head of the planet. And yeah, it's something. I was reading it normally, and then I see this page that's what's the blonde girl that was in the Superman movie?
Cat
yeah.
Grant.
So she
Yes.
she comes up to Jimmy while they're doing a meeting, and Jimmy says, "You got that 2-page copycat?" And she says, "Right here, Chief." And he said, "This is a photocopy." And she says, "Of my butt, Chief. Yes, it is." And I'm like, "Yep, that's Kevin Smith."
Interesting.
It's
Interesting.
fine. Was it worth the wait? Probably not. It does pose something very interesting, which is towards the end it reveals that Bizarro kills Lois Lane over and over again in his world, because no matter how many times he makes her, regardless of it being his world, she is still such a good reporter. She figures out every single time that all these people are copies. So that's cool.
Interesting.
The Flash issue 34, very, very good. Pretty much just reinforces the fact of what we've been reading these past 2 issues, which Mr. Terrific shows up in this issue, and he's working with the Flash. He's the Flash's boss, and he just like, if you haven't been reading the series, essentially the Flash is able to predict stuff now, and Mr. Terrific essentially looked into it, and he's like, yeah, I think it's part of the Speed Force. So the Flash can just like predict everything now, which is interesting. Superman issue 39, I thought it was really good. I love whenever a book, I'm a sucker for whenever a book uses different comic styles. Specifically like the romance
so
comic
fun.
I really liked. Yeah. What's up?
I love the animated series.
Yeah, that was
really nice.
very, very good looking. But what I referenced earlier, which you guys had no idea what I was talking about because neither of you read it, Superman Father of Tomorrow issue 2.
Oh, I did read that.
I have, yeah. I'm sorry.
Well, I got a gripe with this book, okay? I was the one.
What
Hit me.
grinds your gears about it?
Yeah, so I pitched this book. I got both. I would say I got both of you guys to read it. I would say that's fair.
Yeah.
The art in this issue is terrible. Like, it is really bad. Lois,
Is it a different?
I don't know. I
different
don't think
artist?
so. I think it's the same artist. I don't have my other copy around me. But I believe it is the same artist. But like Lois is supposed to be like 23 or something. She looks like she's 40. It's just like a whole thing where there's a few panels where I'm just like, wow, that's bad. Because like classic DC and artists not knowing how to draw specific character types. Mr. Terrific, you just gotta find the panel of Mr. Terrific. He literally looks like a California raisin, bro. Like, it's bad. I'll take a picture and post it in the group chat.
So I looked up on Comics Geek. It is the same artist I did issue 1.
Yeah, I just don't know, like, what was going through their head, or if they like couldn't reach a deadline or what. But I just posted that in the group chat. It's just bad. Like, you cannot look at that and tell me, yeah, that's okay.
It's so cursed.
Oh, yeah. That's
But yep.
wow. That's
But Constantine is introduced at the very end of the book.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
His design's terrible. He's got like he's wearing a belt that's like above his belly button. And, like, his tie almost touches his belt. Like, it's criminal the way that he was drawn. But yeah, I thought the story was pretty good. Like, I liked what I was reading, but not what I was seeing. Which is kind of the opposite of what you want in a comic book. But I still would recommend the series. Just the art just needs a tad bit of a different artist. I read the Summer of Supergirl special.
how was that? Because I keep hearing a lot of people say it was.
I really liked it. Full disclosure, there are 3 stories in this book. I only read the first one because the other 2 are tied to the Supergirl mainline series, which, whatever. And I read the first one because it's a tie-in with the Lobo series. Like, takes place directly after Lobo issue 4.
Yeah, I remember the Lobo book being like, "Hey, read this next."
Yep, it's really funny. Lobo gets sent to like a rehab. It's good. I read Final Boss issue 7. Not much to say about this. I took it off my pull list, but I took it off like late enough to where I think I have like 1 or 2 issues that I still need to take. Blood of the Wolf Man. by Image Comics, written by
Ooh.
Joshua Williamson.
Ooh. I forgot to pick it up yesterday, but this is my
It's
favorite
pretty good.
Universal monster.
It's pretty good. It's got a very interesting story. I kind of think I know where it's gonna go, but it's pretty good, and the art isn't terrible. It's a 4-issue miniseries, I believe, is what they're doing
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah, most of the Universal Monsters comics are 4 issues.
And then the last one I read was the last issue of Death Fight Forever, which is just the most bizarre comic book I've ever read. But it's just one of those things where I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna keep reading this, even though it's bizarre. But anyways, let's talk about the comics that come out next week. So we won't have a show for 2 weeks. So we're gonna be talking about both comics next week and then the following week. But starting with next week, we have Batman issue 11, which should be good. I want to see where they take it after that beautiful last panel from last issue. Absolute Martian Manhunter 12, which is the last issue in the Absolute series. It will be the first Absolute series to close.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna miss it, man.
Yeah, man. I'll give my full thoughts on it when we talk about it.
Then we got Iron Man issue 7, which is always solid. We finally have the last issue of the Batman Green Arrow Question Arcadia. It only took them like 6 months.
I forgot that book existed.
Yep, so did they. Fun fact, the hardcover for the book is on order cutoff this week. Wade Wilson Deadpool issue 6, which I'm reading that and I like it. But the big week is going to be 2 weeks from now when we come back. That's Absolute Batman issue 22, Daredevil issue 4, Transformers issue 34, Ben 10 issue 3, Barbara Gordon Breakout issue 3, which I really been liking the Barbara Gordon series. If you're not reading it and you're reading the Matt Fraction Batman, you need to read Barbara Gordon Breakout. It's really good.
I only read the first issue of that, and it was good.
Yeah, the second issue's, I would say, even better. Bleeding Hearts.
Emperor Aquaman.
Yeah. You gotta let me get there. Bleeding Hearts issue 6.
Peak,
yes. Emperor Aquaman issue 19. And then Clayface Celebrity Dirt issue 1. Which
there's a new Rocketeer book starting.
Yes, there is. But
I will be picking
the Clayface book looks really good as well. It's a 4-issue, I think.
Clayface does look well.
And then we got 2 premiere books for Marvel that week. We have Jeff the Land Shark Superstar #1, and It's Symbi #1.
Oh, it's Symbi. It's a reprint of the Infinity comic. I'm pretty sure.
No, it's a one-shot that they're printing. Brand new story.
Are you sure? Because
yes.
Unless I missed. Hold on. Symbi.
Yeah, it's Symbi.
Yeah, it is a reprint of the Infinity Comics. I knew it.
And then that's pretty much it. So let's talk about John Romita Jr. and comic fans bullying a 69-year-old man.
That should be the title of this episode.
I got a lot.
Lead it off.
Okay, so for those listening at home or wherever you are that don't know the situation right now, Spider-Man 1000 is coming out, and they revealed the John Romita Jr.'s cover is the main A cover. Now, when this cover was revealed, I, like a lot of people, was like, this is okay. It's not his best cover, but you know what? It's not that bad. You can always get a different cover. You know what normal people do when they see a cover that they just don't want. However, a lot of incels and stupid people on the internet took it a step further and started bullying John Romita Jr., saying that he shouldn't be working anymore, that all of his art sucks, that he should retire, and just treating a legend like that to the point where Marvel, in their idiocracy, decided we're gonna cut off this. So then the smart half of the internet came in and said, "Wait a fucking minute! This is John fucking Romita Jr. This guy's been doing banger art for the last 25 years of comics." And they showed so much support, which now I believe they're doing this now. They're going to keep that A cover as the John Romita cover, right?
No, I think they just have both covers.
Despite the point, you know, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. That's fine and dandy. If you don't like something, that's fine. That's fine. You can't. You're not going to love everything that comes out. I personally think that cover is fine. Do I want? Am I going to get that cover? Probably not, because I like the Alex Ross variant cover that's happening. But I would still say it's John Romita Jr.'s art. It's also John Romita Jr. The guy's done like every character we all love. It's some of the best art pieces. So for people that are listening that bullied him, go fuck yourselves. Honest to God, go fuck yourselves and get the fuck off the internet. If you treat your creators that write your favorite characters like shit, you should not be buying their material and you should shut your fucking mouth. And it's sad and abysmal that you fucking basement dwellers are bullying this man. He is one of the greatest artists in the industry. Like him or hate him, he's done so much for Spider-Man and so much for everybody else in both Marvel and DC. And for him to be treated like shit is unacceptable to be fucking idiots. What do you guys think?
Like I said in the intro, I think I've seen some recolors on Twitter, and so the recolors are gas. I think he was just absolutely screwed over by his colorist.
I think so too, but it still does not. It does not give people the the right of way to bully him. He's a very very sweet man from what I've seen of him. Is very very kind from what fans have interacted with him, and for people to treat him and threaten for him not to get paid for the work that he's doing is unacceptable, and you guys should all be fucking ashamed of yourselves.
Mm-hmm. I mean, look, I'm not the biggest fan of his art. Someone might be his biggest hater, but even for me, like they did take it too far. It's like just get another variant. Order from your other comic shop. There's a Scotty Young one that I might order. You know,
There's more than 30, I want to say, variant covers. Pick a fucking other one and
I,
shut your
I will
mouth.
say I think he's good at drawing masks just on people's faces because I see people, reposting his his art on Twitter, and I just feel like yeah, he's good at drawing heroes with masks. It's just people's faces kind of doesn't look right.
But yeah, it's very
And that's my
unacceptable, in
opinion.
my
Could
opinion.
agree, disagree with it. I think Mark Miller shouldn't work in a comic industry anymore, but John Reyes Jr. should stay.
And we love you, John Romita Jr.
Yeah.
We love
All right. Well, the there was a pitch that we did, and Max did not participate in it last time.
you. Hey, I was busy. I was
So it's his turn to participate in it now.
okay. Let me shoot you this
Mhm.
scenario. It's 1925.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bruce Wayne has just come back from an 8-year trip around the world. He's seen things that he cannot explain and learned things that he's going to take with him to the grave. And he's seen the horrors of man and even more. And now he's come back to the city of Gotham, seeing the cesspool and misery that it is. And he is now ready to take the place of his father and his father's father and his father's father's father, becoming the protector of Gotham City, becoming the Batman. So my story is a Elseworlds miniseries done by 6 issue or like 6 to 12 issues, and it's basically what if Batman was actually part of the Court of Owls, but they weren't evil.
Interesting.
So it's like so it's a little mix of like the best way I can describe it is like Mike Mignola's Hellboy, and the Doom that came to Gotham meets um like 1920s corruption and socio-economic struggle, which leads into Bruce Wayne, who served in the First World War, dealing with his PTSD of that, and then coming back to Gotham as it's getting into and being into the Great Depression and seeing his rogues gallery in that kind of vein and seeing all these crazy designs. I would want. Oh my god. I would want Sean Gordon Murphy to do the art for it because I really like his art and I feel like for the ideas I have, I think he could pull it off. And then my writer, I want Dennis Camp, man.
Yeah.
I think he can. I love all of Dennis Camp's work, so I feel like he could do it. So yeah, that's my pitch. I'm calling it Batman Stalker.
Batman Stalker.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's my pitch.
Fanboy thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's a cool premise. Batman working with the Court of Owls. But the real question is, do you train with what is it, the Tibetan monks?
Tibetan monks. So here's what I was thinking about that actually, because I was watching Brave the Bold the other day. So Bruce Wayne is like he's in World War I. He gets hit. There's like this big battle, and he like gets his fucking shit rocked, and he thinks he's dead, and he wakes up in like a Tibetan monk place, and he's like, "Oh, are you guys gonna teach me some cool ass fucking crazy techniques?" And they're like, "No, we're just gonna teach you how to fucking die." So a little flip on the head, that. But yeah, I would want it to like be something in the vein of that, and feel like a globe trotting and like those old serials and like old pulpy novels.
That'd be cool.
Thank you.
We read
We did.
Superman, Man of Tomorrow. What do you guys think of it? And then I'm gonna ask you a question afterwards.
Fanboy, do you want to start?
I guess, I thought it was fine. Not bad, but also not good. It's just in the middle. Like, it's fine. Like, the whole premise of the book of Superboy being like, hey, I can go to space and be my own person, make a name for himself since Metropolis has other super people. I thought that was cool. But I don't know. I just thought the villains were meh. The weird alien cloning guy, it was okay. I guess it's kind of spoiler, but fuck it. The other clones. Oh yeah, he teams up with other clones in this book, and when they turn evil. I thought he was not that good. I don't know. It's fine. It's there. That's my review. It's fine. Pick it up at the library.
Yeah, yeah. like I love Superboy. He's just a character I've always kind of like related to. But this was okay. I like it. I think the art is cool. I like the design of Superboy, but I was not as engaged as I would have liked to be, and that's I think it's just because it starts an interesting concept and then just kind of gets very generic from there, and I'm just like, eh. So that's what I thought. Anthony, what are your
I
thoughts?
liked it, but I'm always like I'm a big Connor fan. Um, I really like the art. I thought the art was really well done.
Yeah, the
What do you
art
guys?
carried it.
You
Yeah.
know, this isn't the question that I was gonna ask. But now that you bring it up, I haven't read Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow yet. I'm gonna watch the movie tomorrow and then read it afterwards. But I would say the art is a big selling point in that book as well. Thoughts?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a Man of Tomorrow thing, and this recent Father of Tomorrow series decided to buck that trend and make it the opposite.
Well, okay, and I know that there's going to be somebody in this comments that's going to be like, "You like Tom King? Okay, whatever. Shut up. I love Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. I think it's such a good book, such a great comic. I recommend it to everybody. Um, I think is like the art is like the flavor on top. Like I think the writing is good for Tom King. But the art really just does add to it. And at least for me, it's not a selling point per se, but I understand why people think it's a selling point because it's a fantastic book. It's a great, such good visuals in that book, and I really like it. And I mean, like, if you look at Barnes and Noble's website or like any other book store website, they have like different covers for it. All the covers look fantastic. So I would say, yeah, I guess, but not really for Super.
Um, do you well? So I thought this was gonna get a little better reception from you guys than it actually got. So
Yeah,
I was gonna say, do you think Superboy Man of Tomorrow could get its own movie?
I
It has to like do a lot of rewrites from a book. I would say that.
yeah, I would. I don't know.
I,
I would love a Superboy movie. I really would, but I wouldn't. If I was going to adapt Superboy, I wouldn't go this way
Mm-hmm.
yet. I would do some of his classic stories, make him more relatable. But I don't know. That's just me personally. I don't know. I don't see this. Not saying that this couldn't happen. I just don't see it happening anytime
I
soon.
think it's kind of impossible to implement uh, Superboy, specifically Connor, into the current DCU. Um, just because of how young they make Superman. Superman was
Yeah.
like, I'd say like 40, right? Like he'd be around 40 by the time Connor gets introduced. I just
Yeah.
think well, the normal Superman movie that just came out, they said he's been Superman for like a year. Like
no, like three
Superman,
years.
was it 3 years?
Yeah, it's his year 3.
Um, it's
Yes, it is.
it's just like there's not enough time. Like we'd be waiting like 10 years
Yeah,
before we
yeah.
got.
Give it a couple of years.
So let me argue with you for the sake of discussion. Right now, my Adventures of Superman is about to introduce Superboy, and that Superman's only been Superman for like I think a year or
But
two.
what Superboy are they They're in Connor.
I believe so. I think it's the clone. We don't know yet. They didn't
I
know.
mean, they're doing Cyborg Superman too at the same time, which is
Yes.
cool.
Yeah,
He looks great.
See, that's another issue, right? Because that wasn't really introduced until Death of Superman.
Yes, which they're loosely adapting for that season.
And why are we killing? See, I haven't watched the show, but like,
You should.
well, hearing this
should.
makes me not want to, because you're telling me Superman's been Superman for 2 years, and now they're loosely adapting Death of Superman.
Well, so what the showrunner said, which I think is a very interesting concept of it, is that while they're adapting Reign of the Superman and the Death of Superman, they are more loosely adapting it to fit the idea of the question, what is a Superman? Because, I mean, truly and honestly, and this is my personal opinion, and you can disagree with me, Superman isn't Superman. Clark Kent is Superman,
Mm-hmm.
Without Clark Kent, there is no Superman. There is none of that, which I think is why there's so many different copies of Superman, because they're always trying to figure out what is Superman. So I think they could, like, would I love to see Connor live action one day? Fuck yeah, but they would have to do it in a very interesting way that doesn't feel like, hey, this is a cash grab.
I feel like they would introduce Connor from Young Justice rather than like the Young Justice TV show, rather than the Connor
Yes.
from the Young Justice comics, or like what we read. Just like his design with like the leather jacket and the glasses and all that. I think they're going to introduce like a much bigger, bulkier version, like the one shown in Young Justice.
That's fair. I think they could do that. It would be very, very interesting to see.
Mm-hmm.
Side rant with the Supergirl movie.
Yeah, can we go on this side rant? I think I know where I want to go.
It feels weird reading some of these reviews. I know the biggest review that was going around was done by a person for Variety magazine, I think is what they're considered. But this person like laughably shows complete bias towards the movie. Somebody pointed out that he gave Happy Gilmore 2 a higher rating than Project Hail Mary.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Happy Gilmore
This is-
2? That movie sucks.
Yeah, he gave it like an 80
This
out
is
of 100,
also-
and Project Hail Mary like a 50 out of 100.
This is also the reviewer that said that Sinners.
What?
No, it was a different reviewer. Variety.
Oh,
It's the same publication, but it was a different reviewer.
well, I have an easy answer for you, Anthony, of why that's the case. Comic book fans are fucking misogynists.
I don't even think this person's a comic book
reviewers
fan.
Well, reviewers, okay. There is some criticism that can be made towards the Supergirl movie. I have not seen it yet, so I can't say any of my criticism yet. I will be seeing it this weekend. I bet that there are some criticisms that are valid, but everything that I've seen over the last week on every social media platform and every reviewer platform all boils down to the people that are writing these reviews and saying this stuff are misogynistic and are afraid of a strong female lead. You are attacking you're attacking the actress that plays Supergirl for her looks, which is fucking crazy because she's a gorgeous looking woman. You are attacking the film's cast. You are attacking this woman. You want fucking Sydney Sweeney, the talentless person, to act in this movie. You all are fucking misogynist, and you want to jump your hoops saying that you aren't, but you are, because you guys cannot understand or fathom a strong female lead character. I bet Supergirl is going to be great. I am excited as all fucking hell for it. I will be seeing it this weekend, and it's going to be awesome.
Yeah,
Mhm.
That's the issue right now with you fucking nerds.
I hate nerds.
I think a lot of it deals with nobody seems to be able to isolate movies anymore. Where like you would see this movie and then you'd go see something similar in the genre, but you wouldn't be like, this is bad because of this, or this reminds me a lot of this. Where like one of the biggest complaints I see is like one of the last fight scenes, I guess. And they're comparing it to the Mr. Terrific scene in Superman. And it's like, well, they're two different movies with two different tones entirely. Um, and they're just like, oh, this is James Gunn at his worst. He didn't do anything. Like, he approved a script, but that's it. He's listed as a producer, but he didn't really produce. He said he was pretty hands off with the project, all things considered. And I don't know. I think it's just people found an in to be able to make fun of James Gunn and the DCU because they're Snyder fans.
Can we talk about the whole James Gunn thing real quick on Twitter with whole new announcements of shows?
Sure.
Okay, so
Yeah, let's do
so
it.
you know, if you haven't been on Twitter or social, whatever, you know, DC announced a bunch of shows. Absolute Batman that's getting
Yep.
adaptation. You know, Crypto
Which is
the
going to be
Goat
very.
is going to get adaptation. Creature Commandos getting season 2. Can't wait for it. And I feel like there's other stuff. Joker, you know, who's excited for Joker?
Mhm. I have a rant about that, but I'll save it for a minute. Mr. Miracle,
Yeah,
peak incoming, guys.
that's gonna be good.
Starfire.
I'm very
Sounds
Starfire.
interesting.
My Adventures with Jessica Cruz got some.
I think it's just
information,
listed
and
as
then
My
DC's
Adventures with Green Lantern.
Oh, My Adventures with Green Lantern, and then Super Friends.
Yeah, it's also like
I
some
think
like
that's what's.
superhero school type shit.
Yeah, and then Cape Crusaders
Yeah,
season 2,
yeah,
which surprising but interesting.
yeah. People are
But
losing their minds, you know, calling out James Gunn like, "Hey, where's the Wonder Woman show? Where's the Wonder Woman show? A dog gets a show, but not Wonder Woman." Which, to be fair, yeah,
This is
I
one of those
agree. It
people,
is
by the
kind of
way.
BS. Like, if I had to
yeah,
cancel one show to make a Wonder Woman show, it would be Joker, because, like,
yeah. You
I
go and then
mean, the
I'll.
Joker show sounds interesting. You know, he's trying to find Batman's killer. I was like, yeah, it sounds cool as a Elseworld story, but not as a show. Like, come on, Wonder Woman's a classic character. She's like the Trinity. She's the GOAT. Like, come on, just like one anime show. It could be an adaptation of Absolute Wonder Woman, and the whole internet will break. Like, come on.
I just okay. I've had a lot of time to think about this. I've been up since 7 in the morning, so I've had a bunch of time. I'm very happy and very excited that DC has a lot of animated stuff that is coming out in the next few months. Batman Nightfall, Batman Cape Crusader season 2, My Adventures of Superman right now, My Adventures with Green Lantern, Mr. Miracle, Crypto. But why? Why like please somebody explain James Gunn, please. Peter Safin, please explain to me why we aren't hearing news about a Wonder Woman themed project. You guys said Paradise Lost is either in the works or shelved. She might be in Man of Tomorrow. Please, she is such an important character. I like this goes in the vein of the Supergirl conversation. Supergirl is getting a movie that is going to be great for 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 anybody who just like needs somebody that can relate to Supergirl. Because some kid is going to see the Supergirl movie and be like, "Oh my god, that's me. That's me." We need that for the fucking Wonder Woman. We need that for Wonder Woman, and for her not to get any representation in anything that's going on in the DCU right now, it just seems like such a backwards way of thinking. And it's just like, why the fuck are we getting a Joker show? Who the fuck at DC said, I want that? Crypto show? Sure, fine. You want to sell the dog? Let's sell the dog. Sorry about that. Um, it's just, you know, we it's just there's so much good going on for DC right now in its animation, in everything that is going through. Why aren't we getting the characters that fans are asking for? I'm very excited for everything that is coming, but at a certain point, we really need to be honest with ourselves and say, why aren't we getting these characters? But that's my thoughts.
Hmm. I mean, James Gunn just was on social like, "Hey, let's celebrate Rick Flag Senior," and people are just like, just are not having it with him, which I don't blame them, honestly.
Ye- I mean, I don't either, but I mean, you know, I feel that it goes back to the conversation that we were having earlier, that just there are comic fans out there that will be even, this is in the same vein. We're ranting today. Some people are very bitter about everything that's coming out right now. I would have expected, like, as much as I saw people being like, "Oh my god, we're getting an absolute Batman series. It's gonna be awesome." Everyone's like, "Oh, it's gonna be CGI. Why are we getting another Batman show?" It's like, shut up. Be happy. Be happy that we are getting things. We were in. I don't know if you guys, like, we're paying attention to
Hmm.
comics in like 2017, 2018, 2019. DC was not doing well at all. They were not. They had, I mean, the Snyderverse was just fucking shit in the bed. And then everything else. And now it looks like we're finally getting some variety and good stuff. And, like, yeah, obviously there's so much Batman stuff, and that just is there to sell money. I bet it will be good. I'm excited for it. We're getting more Superman stuff. We're getting stuff about characters that deserve it. But, I want, like, just be happy that we're getting things. Be excited that we're getting things. We're getting a fucking Mr. Miracle show. I like that project to me. I can't wait for, and I'm so excited for it. But I would love a Wonder Woman show. I would love so much more. And DC looks like it's in a good spot. Let's hope it doesn't shoot itself in the foot. I don't think it will. There's so many creative people behind what they're doing. Um, but Anthony, what do you think?
I think they're moving towards a good direction. Um, I I think an absolute Wonder Woman show is a lot harder than an absolute Batman show in terms of being able to pitch that. Because Wonder Woman's last outing historically bombed.
Hmm.
So
Yes.
I think it's very hard for Gunn to go into a meeting with executives from Warner Brothers and be like, "Hey, we're doing Absolute Batman. We'd love to do um and who's to say he didn't pitch all three of the big three, right?
Hmm.
Absolute Wonder Woman, Absolute Superman, Absolute Batman. And they say we're taking one of them and we're taking Batman because they already do have a Superman cartoon, and like I said, Wonder Woman bombed hard last time. Um, and I get it, that was a live action movie, but execs don't see that. They see what does well and what doesn't do well. And to them, that's not something that's going to do well. It's not something they have data for. They've never done a Wonder Woman show. I think she appeared in like some cartoons in like the 60s or whatever, like Hanna-Barbera stuff,
Hmm.
but she's never
Yeah.
had a solo series, if I'm not mistaken. Um,
Um, I mean, there was just the Linda Carter.
yeah, that was live action once again. There's
Yeah.
no animated series for Wonder Woman, so they cannot base this on anything. Creature, you could say, "Whoa, Creature Commandos didn't have anything." Yeah, but that's just that was the start of James Gunn at DC. They're just like, choose something small to not screw up, right? And
Yeah.
that's what he gave them. Do I have a problem with the Joker series? I not really. I'm just not gonna watch it probably.
Yeah, I don't. Like, as much as I've complained about it, I'm not fucking watching it. That's all I can do at this
Some
point.
of the stuff isn't his. I also think like The Batman Cape Crusader
Yeah.
stuff, I don't think he's not promoted that once. I don't think he's involved by any means on that.
I mean, that was before he joined
Yeah, that's
DC too.
yeah, and that's Matt Reeves and J.J. Abrams.
That's his own problem. I think there's going to be within, let's say this merger doesn't go through. It probably will, the Warner Brothers Paramount merger. But let's say it doesn't,
Yeah,
and Gunn gets to keep his job because let's just face it, he's probably either going to quit or lose his job during this merger, regardless of how well Supergirl does or doesn't do. Um,
I think if they don't keep Gunn, that's such a stupid decision. But continue.
if they keep Gunn, I still think there's going to be a power struggle between him and Matt Reeves. If they don't keep Gunn, I think they'll promote Matt Reeves. I just think that there's too many cooks in this kitchen, and as much as Gunn likes to portray that he's friendly with everyone, I don't think him and Reeves really get along as much as they say they do, because it feels like he's a little testy when people ask him questions about the Batman stuff. That's just me looking at that. Um, I it's just one of those things where we cannot sit here and just complain and complain and complain because it's so early on in the process that it's going to get shut down before it's even like half these shows come out. If we just sit there and be like, well, this isn't out, so I'm not watching. Eh.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it's going in a good direction at the end of the day. I think
Yeah.
what they're doing is what Marvel used to do on Disney, and that was really good for Marvel. So I'm hoping. I will say this is a weird take, I guess, but I'm hoping some of these shows aren't steered directly towards adults. Like Starfire, I hope that's able to be viewed by, you know, kids our age, like when we were watching like I guess reruns of Justice
For
League
sure.
and stuff like that. But I don't know. I feel like we're cutting off an audience that we should be building up instead of cutting off.
I feel like that's a whole topic with other stuff too, with Lego, Pokemon, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that it definitely is another topic, but I do, and this is what I will give the DC slate of shows. There is variety. I mean, okay, let's really break this down for a second. Crypto and the Super Friends show, and then Starfire. That's all for kids.
Yeah.
You know, My Adventures with Green Lantern and My Adventures of Superman. That's aimed for like teenagers, high schoolers, but it can be viewed by adults. Cape Crusader is aimed for, teenagers and adults. I bet that Joker series is going to be aimed towards adults. Absolute Batman for sure is going to be aimed towards
Yeah.
adults. Um, Batman Nightfall is being rated
Yep.
R. I mean,
Creature Commandos season 2.
no, Creature Command, Creature Commandos is already rated R. I mean, it's like, like 5 minutes ago, I did just go on a huge rant. But to give the credit where credit is due, there is something for everybody here.
Yeah.
You want a Batman show? We got a Batman show. You want something for the kids? We got something for the kids. It's like there are things there, and that's why I guess I'm so passionate about it. Is because I just, I had, when I was a kid, I was watching the reruns. I loved them. I would love for children to have that experience that we had, so they can have it, and the next generation has. It's. I'm very excited for everything animation wise, and I'm more than hopeful, and believe in what the DCU will do, and it's exciting.
One thing that's kind of unrelated, very unrelated actually, but I thought it was interesting, so I wanted to
Point of view. What were sorry? I think I cut off. on
Yeah,
your
I
end.
did
So what
too.
did you say?
One thing I wanted to talk about is a little idea that a guy I work with at the comic book store brought up. It's pretty off topic, kind of, but I think it's a really interesting concept, and I wanted to pick your guys' brains on it. So I don't know if I talked to you guys about this at all. Probably not. But DC used to put out a book. Um, they had like their own school of arts essentially,
Hmm.
and this book that I found while organizing some books at our shop was from 2018, and it's just going over like the writers and artists of the future, and they each get their own little story. It's all in this book. I flipped through the book. Only one name I recognized. It was Philip Kennedy Johnson. Um, it would be interesting. We talked, me and his name is Alex. We talked, and it'd be interesting if this merger goes through for Paramount, if they did a reality show that is like new writers and artists for like DC, like, and you just follow them for a whole season and stuff like that, like pitches, drawings, and all that. What do you guys think of that? Would you watch that?
That is too good as a TV show. Like I could see as a YouTube series, but not as a TV show. Because like, not
could
many
def-
people care about comics. Sadly, like I know my mom wouldn't watch it, my dad wouldn't watch it. Would I watch it? Maybe. I think it would be cool behind the scenes type of deal.
Yeah, and I think it would be an interesting behind the scenes because, I mean, we do see. I think a great thing about just like the last modern years of comics is that a lot of writers and artists are very vocal on social media about a lot of different things, and they interact with fans
Mhm.
a lot. And we see that, and I feel like showing new artists, just kind of trying to get in the industry, it could be interesting because then some kid watches this at home, drawing a sketch of Spider-Man, and says, that could be me
Mhm.
one day. So I would be interested.
Um, but yeah, I just want to pick your guys' brain on that. We got a spin for the next comic.
Oh yeah,
Yes, we
we
do.
gotta do that.
What do we rate this Superboy
I
comic?
personally give it a 4 out of 5.
That's fair. I'm gonna give it a 3 and a half.
Yeah,
I like this.
no, at
Yeah.
3.
And our next book is
Oh,
New Warriors.
New Warriors 2005. That's a rough one.
New Warriors, as in Marvel's New
Yeah,
Warriors.
specifically the 2005 run.
Who's the writer on that?
Zeb Wells
Oh god.
Okay.
and Scotty Young is the artist.
Oh, okay. No, it's kind of young.
Fun
Actually.
fact: Zebels wrote for the last Deadpool movie.
I did not know
Makes
that.
I saw his name
Oh.
at the movie theater, so I was like, "Oh shit, not bad, Zeb Wells."
But it's got a weird looking Nova and I think Speedballs in this series too.
Yeah, I see him like top
Oh.
with the big guy.
It's 6 issues. Oh man, are we in for a treat?
Mm.
I want to see if there's a. Let's see.
How far are you guys in Brave and the Bold?
Not far. Haven't
like
started it.
3 or
Thank
4
you.
episodes. You know what's funny? Like on Discord, you were like, "Oh, I like the Aquaman in this version," and I was like, "Oh, I just watched that today." He
Just so
is.
good. Then when we record again and you guys get the next episode, we will hopefully be done with Brave and the Bold season 1, so we can talk about it.
I looked it up. It says it's widely considered a controversial turning point that ruined the team's legacy and resulted in character assassinations. So we're probably good. We're probably in for a big old treat, guys.
Wonderful. Well, then, how far are you guys in Titans?
Haven't
New
started it.
52?
Anyways,
I think 7 issues last time I checked.
when
Oh, I
did
see.
we roll that? That was 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So what that would have went up on
yeah, 7 issues for me.
Saturday. Let's do the math here. 13 days from June 30th. 30 days from June 13th. Nice.
Yeah.
It is July 13th. So I think that is. We still have 3 weeks to read it. I'm chilling.
Yeah. Wonderful. Just making
Yep.
sure.
But unless you guys have anything else, I think that's gonna end it here.
I got nothing. I got out all my rants that I needed to get out today.
I'm excited for crypto.
My
That's
vo-
all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
I'm excited for New Warriors
My vo-
2005.
Oh, yeah.
My one thing, if you take away anything from this episode, it's that just be kind to the creators and artists that work on your favorite series because they're also people. And if you treat any of them or treat the people that work at the comic book stores like shit, you're a piece of shit. You don't deserve to read the comics.
Mm-hmm. I guess I'll throw away my comics then.
All right. Well, join us next time. Same bet time, same bet place. Bye.
Bye.